The CRO token just went vertical basically out of nowhere, and with this sudden pump it also became the #1 on CoinMarketCap, currently ranking number 32. But what caused this pump, and can we go even higher? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. This video is sponsored by Moonlander, the leverage trading platform on the Cronos chain. On this channel, we have been tracking the CRO token already since 2020. But what happened today was quite the anomaly, because we don't typically see a plus 20% day. That is really more for the meme coins. But today it did happen. And of course, then the question comes, what happened? And if you take a look, for example, at Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin, it isn't doing anything too special. So Bitcoin wasn't the real cause for any big price pump. And also the bigger altcoins, for example, Ethereum here, are not doing anything too special. So it has to be something very specific in the Cronos ecosystem. So what happened? And well, we did some digging and we found out that Truth Social, the investment platform by Donald J. Trump, is now filing for a new crypto ETF. And not just an ETF, because we have seen the Bitcoin ETF, Solana ETF, Ethereum ETF. Those were all for a single token. But this ETF is actually more a basket of different cryptos. As you can see here, it is called the Crypto Blue Chip ETF. So the best of the best cryptos all in one basket, like what we see with the ETF trackers, for example, for the stock market. Anyways, the interesting thing is, I think, the allocation here, because you can see 70%, that's Bitcoin, the big king, of course. Then 50% is Ethereum, 8% Solana, and this is the big surprise really for the blue chip, which is the 5% CRO allocation. And then finally 2% XRP. But again, guys, 5% CRO allocation in this crypto blue chip ETF. In my humble opinion, there are two main takeaways here with this news. The first one being that CRO is finally being recognized as a blue chip, as part really here of this crypto blue chip ETF, especially because it gets a higher allocation than XRP. And the second one being that probably we can expect a lot more demand also for the CRO token. And why, you may ask? Well, take a look at how the ETFs have formed already the crypto market so far. The ETFs have changed the game for Bitcoin, and now also we see more inflows into the Ethereum ETFs. And if investors want to take a little bit more risk, they can now choose, for example, for this ETF with a bit more altcoins in the mix, but still 70% Bitcoin and also 50% Ethereum, and then some lower cap altcoins as well. So I do believe that this might be a very popular choice for ETF investors coming up. Anyways, now we know why the CRO token pumped so hard, but can it go even higher? Especially if you take a look here at this double touch here on this blue resistance line. Well guys, let's discuss that after a quick word of today's sponsor. If you want to trade this volatility with leverage, look no further, because Moonlander got you covered. You can trade CRO or other tokens with up to 100x leverage. But if you want to trade Bitcoin, you can go even up to 1000x. So that's quite degen. And the cool thing is that on Moonlander, you can also do tokenized stocks. For example, here, you can trade Microsoft directly on the Cronos chain. And also, don't forget, guys, soon there will be the full moon token launch also on the Cronos chain. Start trading now and get into the full moon token launch. Anyways, back to the CRO price action, because what we're seeing here is quite interesting. But first, I do need to remind you all that what I'm saying in this video is by no means any financial advice, so do your own research. But what we're seeing here on the 5-minute charts for a real short term is quite bullish, because first, we do see we have broken out here of this purple structure, and I do need to go to the daily chart to see, well, how long this pattern already has been. So this purple line started all the way in May of 2025. But let's go back now to the 5-minute chart, because yes, we've broken out of this resistance line, but also now we do see we are into the next resistance line, which is the blue line. But it is closely resembling to an ascending triangle. So you can see here, we have the top, a clear top here, but also we do have this growth line here. So I do expect us to actually break out of this ascending triangle in the relative short term. So what you can see probably is also a next attempt of going to about 12 cents. So 12 cents is our next target here on the CRO chart. But remember, guys, this is very volatile, very risky, and we do need some follow-up, really, I think, of the good news. Anyways, something else which I would like to focus on now is the CRO rainbow chart, because the rainbow chart for me has been very important to find bottoms for the CRO token. And so far, on this lower trend line here, the logarithmic band line here that we have, we bounced again here. But after the news of the US joining the Iran war with Israel, we fall below it. We fell below it like many other tokens. So for example, I think also we got Ethereum here. Ethereum also went down a lot. And CRO, it took a long time for CRO to bounce back up. But I think we finally had enough strength, thanks to this good news, to go back into the CRO rainbow chart range. So according to the CRO rainbow chart, we also have some different targets. So one being here, this dotted line corresponds with the 12 cent level that we also talked about here. And if you break that one, we can also go to the next line, which typically would be about 18 cents. So that would be the short term. Longer term, and I think you guys might be interested in the longer term, I think in this cycle, it is still possible to go even into the red territory. The red territory is the absolute extreme bubble range, really. Also what we have seen back in 2021 when CRO went basically to $1. If you go into the red zone again, it ranges in between about $3 and also $1 here. So honestly, guys, it is looking quite strong for CRO. On the short term, it's looking good, and also we're back in the range of the rainbow chart. So I'm getting quite a bit bullish, but I do have to remind you guys that every time after we see a 20% pump, it isn't as strange to see also a bit of nothingness or even a bit of a rejection. So maybe we get something like this. We go down after the 20% pump, and then we do see a true breakout through those levels. So let's wait and see, but I will keep you up to date. So don't forget to hit the like button and also strap in for new videos. Before we end the video, I do want to mention that we have quite some nice momentum building up now for the CRO token. Recently, we had a big update to the Cronos chain. We call it Cronos 2.0, and that made the chain a lot faster and also a lot more cheap to use. So I do expect some more adoption on the tech side as well, and that can also help the CRO price in the longer term. So guys, stay tuned. I think a lot of things are happening within a relative short term. So again, stay tuned, and if you want to find more information about Cronos 2.0, check out this video over here.